Hello, hello, hello. What's up, guys? Good to see you again this week. It is Monday. It's time for our weekly update where we're going to do some what's sold on eBay, and I'm going to show you guys a few of my pickups that I have here from this weekend's garage sales, which I got a decent amount of stuff, so I'll show you a few of those. So hopefully you guys had a great weekend of sourcing, and hopefully you had a great week of sales. I think we ended up with 27 sales this week, which is pretty great. For it being the end of the month, 27 sales. What's that? In the last 7 days, that's almost 4 sales a day. So that's really great. And we had some really nice sales, which I saved the really nice ones for the end. But like I said, let's get started with what I picked up over the weekend. Just a few of the things. I went out. When did I go? I went out Friday to a garage sale, Saturday to garage sales, and then I went out on Sunday morning to a garage sales. Friday, I can't remember what I got on Friday. Must not have been that great. But Saturday, me and the wife went out, and we ended up with a whole back of our car was almost full to the ceiling. We got a couple of things that we got were some heavy duty shelves for the eBay to store more eBay stuff on, which we're excited about. I think we got 2 of them. They're normally, if you buy them brand new from the store, like $60. We got them for $15 for 2 of them, so we're really excited about that. Yeah, we had a great day on Saturday. We got tons of stuff to sell. I got a really great video game score, which I'll show you guys here in a minute. And then I went out on Sunday, and I'll have a little story about that as well. But I went out on Sunday, and got some really nice stuff too. So let's start with the video game. No, let's start with something a little less exciting, but still very good. Like I said, went to Saturday. Went to a neighborhood sale, and this is a pretty great one. There was probably 15 or 20 houses in this neighborhood, maybe 3 or 4 streets that had yard sales, but it was a pretty great one. And I picked up these. These are AudioVox Rampage. This is like a car radio cassette player, and it also, I don't know if you guys remember back in the day when you had your CD player in your trunk, it also controls the CD player in your trunk as well. But these were on the table. They wanted $2 a piece for these. These are brand new. They're still like all the packaging inside is still sealed in its original packaging. The box looks great. So I paid $2. I got 2 of these. They had 2 of them sitting there, so I picked them both up. I listed these for $99.95. I couldn't believe how much these go for. Some of them, a little nicer models, even go for even more. These were the ones with the old school where you could take the faceplate off, and you had like a little faceplate carrier that's inside here. But yeah, I paid $2 a piece for these. Got 2 of them, and I listed both of them for $99.95. So pretty excited about that. That was actually a really good sale. Pretty exciting to me. But the other thing that I got, the second most exciting thing that happened to me this weekend was went to a yard sale, and the guy had an Xbox 360, a Kinect, and like a motion controller, which I've never really seen one of those for the Xbox. It was pretty cool. But he had $95 on this bundle. So they also had like some shipping supplies there, like tape and stuff. So I got some tape and whatnot. But we were getting ready to leave, and I was standing next to the gentleman who was running the sale, and I said, "Oh, is that your Xbox 360?" He goes, "No, that's my son's." And his son was in his 20s, I would guess. He goes, "Oh, that's my son's Xbox 360." And I go, "Man, he wants $95 for it." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that's what he put on it. Let me get him for you." So his son comes out, and he starts to tell me about it. Apparently it wasn't an Xbox 360. It was just the Xbox 360 hard drive, like this thing you plug into the 360 to be able to play HD DVDs. So he's like, "Oh, yeah, $95. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I said, "Well, do you have any other video game stuff?" The classic line. "Do you have any other video game stuff?" He goes, "Oh, I got some old Nintendo Wii stuff in the house." And I go, "Oh, that's cool." And then his dad chimes in and goes, "Oh, I think we have a Game Boy player that you attach to the bottom of a GameCube." And I said, "Oh, I'd be interested in that." The dad goes, "Oh, let me go check in the garage." He goes in the garage, comes back out. He comes out with the Game Boy player. That's that right there. So what this is basically you sit your GameCube on top of here, and it allows you to play Game Boy games. Plug them right into there. You play Game Boy games on your Nintendo GameCube. So this is a pretty nice piece. I think just this piece alone, this here, is about $20 or $25. This comes with a disc. So you plug this into the bottom, and then you put a disc in the GameCube, and that's what allows you to play Game Boy games on your GameCube. The disc, so that the dad says, "Oh, we have the Game Boy player, but I don't think we have the disc anymore." And I've never really looked this up. I know what it is, but I've never looked it up. And I thought to myself, "Oh, well, if I get the Game Boy player, I know that's kind of nice. I'll just buy the disc. It can't be that much, right?" So then the son says, then I said, "Well, what do you want for this Game Boy player?" And the dad goes, "Well, I don't know." The son goes, "Oh, how about $5?" And I said, "Okay, yeah, that sounds fair. $5." And then, so I give him the $5, and I said to the son, I said, "Hey, you said you had Nintendo Wii stuff. Are you wanting to sell that too?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I'll sell that. I never play my Nintendo Wii anymore. It's just collecting dust." He's like, "I got a Nintendo Switch now, so that's all I ever play." So he goes inside to get the rest of his video game stuff. And me and my wife and the dad are standing out in the yard, just kind of talking about dogs and video games and stuff. And the dad was telling me, "Oh, yeah, we used to play these games together. Now we just play Nintendo Switch and blah, blah, blah." So the son comes out with a huge stack of Nintendo Wii games. He had GameCube games and some really great titles like Super Smash Bros. He had like 3 Mario parties for the Nintendo GameCube, a Mario Party for the Wii. He had Mario Kart. I mean, he just had some really great titles. And he had a huge stack of Wii games, and he had a couple of little sleeve things for the GameCube that were full of games. I think it ended up being about, I would say probably around 40 or 45 games. 2 Wii remotes, something else that was in there. 2 Wii remotes, and these 2 little GameCube holders, and then all the games. So he goes, "Oh, by the way, that Game Boy player game is in this little pouch with the Wii, with the GameCube game." So this is the Game Boy player disc here. Okay, this disc alone sells for $55. So when the kid was inside looking up this, getting all his video game stuff, I was looking up how much the disc would cost me, thinking in my mind, "Oh, I want to, bundle it with this and maybe sell it or keep it for my collection." Looked up the disc is like $55. I'm like, "Oh man." So when he came out and said, "Oh, I found the disc for that Game Boy player," I'm like, "Ooh, thank God for that." So anyway, I'm looking through his games. I'm trying not to get excited because he literally had all the best games. A couple of Zeldas for each system. I mean, just had some really great titles. So I asked him, again, the dad standing there and the son. He's, like I say, he's in maybe his mid-20s, maybe close to 30. I said, "Well, what do you want for all this?" I'm prepared to pay because he has some nice titles. And he's looking at it, he's mulling it over, and he goes, "Well, how about $40? I tried to, I'm trying to contain myself and my excitement, so I was like, "Yeah, that sounds fair." So I get all a huge stack of games for $40. Like I said, it was over probably 40 or 45 games, this included. So this alone is, I guess I paid in the end $45 for this and this, but this alone is about $75, $80 of that. So I got that listed for like $80. And then I listed a few other of the games, a couple of the Mario Party stuff I already had, stuff that I'm okay with letting go. Kept a lot of stuff for my collection. So if you haven't seen my past videos, the reason I eBay, kind of the way I got started, is because I do collect video games, and I was out looking in yard sales, and I would never really find video game stuff, but I find a lot of other stuff to sell to make money to pay for video game stuff because it's expensive sometimes. So that's kind of how I got into the eBay game. But so when I come across video game stuff, it's pretty exciting to me. So I kept a bunch of titles for my collection. I was able to flip a bunch, and I'll make about $300 or $400 off of once I sell all the video game stuff. It'll be about $300 or $400 in profit. So it was just a great find. So that was on Saturday. Then on Sunday I went out. I didn't plan on going out on Sunday. I was going to take the day off. But I woke up. I wake up every morning at like 7:30 in the morning to get ready to go sourcing every day. So Sunday rolled around. It was no different. My body woke me up at 7:30. I was just staring at the ceiling. I was like scrolling through garage sale finder ads to see if there's any Sunday only sales near me. So I decided, okay, instead of just lying around here doing nothing, I'll get up and go hit a few sales before the football game starts on Sunday. So I did just that. First sale I went to was a Sunday only sale, and it was Mom. She's moving out of the house. She's got a bunch of toys from when her kids were younger. She doesn't want to pack them up. She doesn't want to take them with her. She just wants to get rid of them. I said, cool. So she had a giant tub of Lego stuff. And I see that, and I'm like, oh man, that's nice. And she's telling me about, oh yeah, my kids used to love playing with Legos. And she's like, most of that stuff in there is Harry Potter Lego sets for the most part. There's a couple like sports sets in there, but most of it is Harry Potter stuff. And I wanted to show you guys. First off, I paid $10 for this giant tub of Legos, and I just wanted to show you. She had like all the manuals and stuff. She kept them in pretty good condition. But here are just the manuals for all these Harry Potter Lego sets. I mean, just just like, I don't know how many manuals, probably 10 manuals here from 10 different Harry Potter Lego sets. So, I paid $10 for this giant tub, and, the Harry Potter minifigures can go for a decent amount just for minifigures, and I was kind of digging around in there last night, trying to sort some stuff. The thing about the Legos is, it takes a lot of work, you know what I mean? So I'm going to have to go through this giant tub of Legos, and sort it all out, and find all the minifigures, and find all their heads and hair, and weapons or anything that wands or whatever they may hold. But I just wanted to show you guys a couple of the ones that I pulled out, just quickly glancing through it. I got a Hagrid here. This is about $8 or $10 for this guy alone. So I got him, and there was actually 2 of them in there. So I got 2 of those. So that's $20 right there probably. And then sitting right on top is this Hogwarts Express. This is the passenger car for that. And this, the couple that I saw sold for around $30 just for the passenger card. So $10, and just out of these 3 pieces, probably going to be about $50 in sales. So again, I still have to go through and get all the minifigures out of there. There's tons of Harry Potter minifigures, so that's pretty exciting. It's a lot of work, but it's exciting work because there's a lot of money to be made on that tub of Legos. Now, those are just a few of the finds I had from this weekend, but I want to show you guys what we sold on eBay from last Monday until this Monday. So it's been about 7 days, and we sold 27 items, so about 4 items a day, almost 4 items a day, which is great. So let's get right into that. We have here Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong. This is for the Atari 7800. I picked these up at Goodwill for $3 a piece, so I have $6 into this lot. A lot of them together because of the Donkey Kong games. We sold them for $27.95 plus shipping, and they took a day maybe to sell. So if I can remember, I'll tell you guys how long it took to sell them, how much I paid for them, where I got them from, if it was something my wife found or if it's something that I found, and any other information that I can pass along to you guys to help you guys make decisions while you're out there. Because like I said in other videos, these are the kind of videos that help me the most. That's why I like making these kind of videos. I need to see what people are buying and what they're selling, how much they're spending on this stuff, how long it's taking them to sell. And you can take all that information out there when you're sourcing. And like I said, if it just, you don't have to remember everything, but if just the name triggers something in your brain to think, well, maybe I should look that up. That's what it does for me. So that's what I'm trying to hope to pass on to you guys when you guys see these what's sold on eBay videos. So we got Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. Paid $6, sold them for $27.95 plus shipping, and it took like a day. All right, this is a Sony electric viewfinder from a camcorder, Sony camcorder. So I went to a sale where a guy. It was a pretty good sale. He had everything really cheap. But he had an old Sony camcorder in a bag. The bag was pretty ratty. The camcorder wasn't great condition, but he only wanted $1 for it. And I'm looking in there, and I think it had a charger, and it had, the parts on the camcorder. So I'm thinking, for $1, I'm sure I can make some money off this. Even if this camcorder doesn't work, I can sell just the charger itself and make $10 or $15 or whatever it may be. So I started to look. When I got home, I looked up the camcorder. And I started to think, well, maybe I can part this thing out. And this is one of those parts. This is the part that you would, look through. And I took that off. As you can see there, it has an individual model number on it. So it is something that you can look up and sell individually. And we got $15.96 plus shipping for just this one part off that camcorder. And I have several other parts listed. The battery, a couple other parts on there, the charger itself. So I paid $1 for the whole camcorder, and so I maybe have some, 25 cents into this, and we made $15.96 plus shipping. So just keep when you're out there, don't just look at it and go, oh, this is an old dirty old camcorder. Think about it like on the next level. Like, what can I do with this? It's first off, it's $1. Well, you know, so even if you just go, well, even if this thing doesn't work, I'll only spend $1. I'll often do that. Buy stuff. It's cheap enough to where if it doesn't work, if I get home and it's complete bust, we're out $1 or $2. It's no big deal. So just kind of be thinking to the next level of what can we do with this thing. All right. Here's a Nintendo. This is a Nintendo DSi that did not work. I bought this at a garage sale. It was this. It had what I liked about this was it had a really nice hard case. I do have a Nintendo DSi. It had a really nice case with it. It had this DSi in there, and it had about, I would say, maybe 12 to 15 games, just the loose games inside the case. And I got it all for $10. Some of the games did not work when I got them home. Some of them were beyond repair, beyond cleaning. They were like rusted where some water had gotten into them or something. And this DSi did not work either. I can't remember what was wrong with it. Oh, it was cracked. What else didn't work with this thing? Something did not work. I don't remember what did not work on this, but maybe it was the sound or something that did not work. I had this for quite a while, for over a month. But still, paid $10 for all that stuff. Got to keep the nice case. Got to keep the games that did work. And we sold this for $8.76 plus shipping. So, like I said, it took probably 5 weeks, 6 weeks to sell that. So, pretty long time for me. Other people, that's not very long. All right, this is something the wife picked up from from Elder Bierman Closing Sales. I can't remember how much she's paid for this. Maybe $3 or $4. This is a brand new one. This is the only one that she bought. She bought a bunch of other ones like Peppa Pig and some other stuff. This is the only one of these that she bought, Wonder Woman. And we sold it for $22.95 plus shipping. This one was going to a birthday party. It was a birthday gift for somebody. And, they asked, hey, can you ship it out today? I'm trying to have it by Friday for a birthday party. And I said, sure, no problem. But brand new tags, retail arbitrage. Paid, I think, maybe $3 or $4 for this. $22.95 plus shipping. So not bad. And it took maybe, I don't know, a month maybe. Alright, here is a Magnavox DVD VCR player. To be honest, what do I got into this? Maybe $4 or $5. I've been paying about $5 for a lot of these lately. At pretty much yard sales. I'll buy all the ones I see at yard sales. For, if I can get them for $5 or less. I think I got one for $2 this weekend. But if I can get them for $5 or less, I'll take the chance on them. Because a lot of the times these don't work. Either the VCR player doesn't work, or the DVD player doesn't work, or the VCR player eats tapes. There's a lot that can go wrong. But if it has a remote with it, then I definitely pick them up, because that's definitely worth it. But this one did not have a remote. And like I said, I maybe paid $5 for this at a yard sale, if I can remember. I've bought a lot lately, but $49.95 plus shipping. I actually got drop shipped on this one. So, I think the guy sent me a message. This is a gift. Do not put an invoice. Do not use eBay packing tape. Do not use an eBay box. Thank you. I said, okay, you got it, buddy. But $49.95 plus shipping. And drop shipping does. I don't care about drop shipping. I got out of it what I wanted out of it. What he gets out of it, if he's making a little money off of it, that's good for him, man. I bought it from somebody and they got what they wanted out of it, and then I sold it for what I wanted for it, and then someone else is going to try to make some money off of it. That's fine. I don't care. I got what I wanted, and that's all that matters. All right, this is a massager. I've picked up a lot of these lately, too. I've sold one or two of these maybe in the last couple of weeks. But this is just a Homedics cheap handheld massager. I'll pick these up if I can get them for like $3 or less. This one was nice. It actually had the box with it. Most of the time you just find the massager. And then it had extra pads for it. But I paid $3 for this at St. Vincent de Paul. It was actually marked $6, but it was 50% off. So I paid $3 for this at St. Vincent de Paul. And it took maybe less than a week to sell. We sold for $24.95 plus shipping. It's not too bad. Let's see. I mean, easy stuff. I'll buy those. I think in my store I have 4 or 5 listed right now. Some that are heated ones, some that aren't heated ones, so they're all over the place. But you can usually get about $25 or $30 for them. Alright, this is a Animal Crossing City Folk Wii game that I bought at St. Vincent de Paul for $2, and we sold it for $11.95 plus shipping, and it took maybe 2 days to sell, 3 days to sell. It was pretty quick. I was surprised that this didn't go for more, because Animal Crossing are great games on all the systems, and some of them have decent value. They're like Mario Party games in my mind. Like, they keep that kind of value, but this one for some reason it was highly mass produced or it just wasn't that great of a game. I actually have this game. I don't think I've ever played it on the Wii. That's why I sold this copy, because I already had a copy of it. But I don't remember playing it. I know the older Animal Crossings were really good. This one sells for $11.95 plus shipping, and I only paid $2. So, 4 pictures, and that's it. I'll sell video games all the time. It's easy sell. All right, this is a Nintendo Wii Play game. This is kind of like along the lines of Wii Sports. I sell Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resorts. I just keep like a stock of these, and I actually have 2. I sold this one. I have 2 more. Sold for $5.95 plus shipping. If I can get these for $1 at like yard sales and stuff, or if they're like, usually I get these like in bundles. You'll find these in Wii Sports. Like if you buy a Wii out at a yard sale in a bundle or something, you'll probably come across Wii Play, Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort, those. And I sold this one for $5.95 plus shipping. So I'm not exactly sure how much I have. This maybe $1, but again, it's pretty easy, quick sell. And actually, that last Animal Crossing game and this game sold to the same person. It was the very first time that I had someone buy 2 items from my store at once. So, that was pretty exciting. Got 2 Wii games, so good for him. Alright, this is a cordless phone charger. This is kind of, you'll see later I sell a whole phone set, but I've been experimenting with selling, like if I go to St. Vincent de Paul, it's usually where I find these, between $4 and $8, depending on how many phones are in the set. But I've been experimenting with selling them as a whole set, or breaking the sets up and just selling the parts off. So I've talked about this in another video, this kind of idea that I've been experimenting with. If you sell them as a whole set, they'll sell for, you'll just get that one chunk of money. It's just a one sale. It's a lot less work, But if you break the sets up, you're going to, in the long run, you're going to end up making more money. But it's a lot more listings. It takes a lot longer. So I've been kind of throwing this idea around, is it worth it to break them up, make more money in the end, but do a little bit more work now? Or if I should just keep them as sets and sell them off that way. Because they sell both ways. I've sold lots of phone systems as sets, and I've sold lots of phone systems just like this, where I just sell the charger base, or just the phones, or what other parts that may come with it. So this is that. Like I said, I can't remember how much I paid for this one. It was between $4 and $8 for a whole set, so I don't know, maybe 50 cents into this as just one piece, and we sold it for $7.95 plus shipping. And it took 6 or 7 weeks, 8 weeks maybe. All right, this is a retail arbitrage pickup from my wife. She went to Myers right after, I think it was right at the beginning of September, and they had all of their baseball equipment and stuff marked down 90%. We got helmets, cleats, bats, gloves, pretty much anything to do with baseball. They had 90% off on. And this was one of those, I think we paid $3 for this or something, $3 or $4 for this glove, and we sold it for $27.96 plus shipping. So it was on sale in my store, I guess, for 20% off at some point. And like I said, it took maybe a month to sell this. I mean, baseball stuff right now, obviously we're out of the season, so it's going to take a little bit longer to sell, but it does sell. I mean, and like I say, you spend $3 or $4. It's new with tags. It's pretty easy. $27.96 plus shipping. So not too bad. We still got a couple more gloves. We still have a couple bats. We sold 1 baseball bag already. We have a couple more of those. So we have some more of this stuff left, which is cool. All right, another DVD VCR combo. Nothing special with this one. Just a cheap one. I had, like I said, $3 maybe into this, $4, $5, between $3 and $5. I usually don't pay more than $5, unless it has a remote. Then maybe I'll pay a little bit more. But this one did not have a remote, so just tested it out. As you can see, I put a couple of pictures with it showing that both the DVD and the VCR player works, and then I put in my listing. If you're going to do this, which I think that helps sell it to see, oh yeah, it does work. There it is, some pictures of it working. But don't forget, when you make this, put in your description that the TV and videos are not included with the sale, because I don't want someone to buy this, because I've heard stories where people have bought these thinking they were going to get that TV too, like, oh, $27.96 for the DVD VCR combo and the TV, that's a great deal. And then they were shocked when they didn't get the TV. So I always put in the description, this TV is not part of this lot, it's just shown to, it's just pictured to show you that it does work. So like I said, make between $3 and $5 for this. I cannot remember. $27.96 plus shipping for it. Alright, Wii remote. Again, another thing that I would have gotten in a bundle of Wii stuff, buy a big bundle of Wii stuff, I sell the system, the console only, sell the controllers off separate, sell the cords off separate. It's kind of the same idea as the phone system, where you can sell the whole system, as a whole lot, and make a large chunk of money quickly, or you can break it down, break it up, and sell the different parts off and get, in my opinion, more money that way, which, I'm okay with this. I'm, doing eBay for the long run, so I don't need to sell things very quickly. It doesn't, I've got room where it can sit on the shelves for a little while before I really need to start moving it. So it doesn't bother me to kind of hold on to things for a while. But I got this in a Wii bundle. I can't remember where or how much I paid for this. But we got $17.95 plus shipping. And this is the Wii remote with the Motion Plus inside. That's pretty important. And it comes with a nunchuck, and it comes with the little jelly sleeve there. So this is a later model Wii remote that actually has the Motion Plus built into it already. You can see on the bottom there it says Wii Motion Plus inside. So that's why you get a little bit more for those. Again, another phone set base. This is the charger base for this. Again, maybe 50 cents into this, and we sold it for $11.95 plus shipping. So not too bad. And it 6 or 8 weeks to sell. All right. Here's a Polaroid camera I did not sell to Retrospect. Apparently this is one of the models that they don't want. So I bought this thinking that, they'll probably pay $27.99 for this one. They did not want this one, which is fine, because we sold it for $19.95. I think I paid $2 for this at an estate sale. So $2, and we sold it for $19.95 plus free shipping apparently on this. But it didn't take long. I don't know, maybe a month, if that. It's not too long. All right, here's a stapler that I bought from, where did I get this? Oh, from St. Vincent de Paul. This was $2.50, and we sold it for $15.95 plus shipping. This is just a kind of a cheap office stapler. This isn't one of the heavy duty ones that sell for like $80 to $100, which I have one for sale in my shop right now. But this is just kind of a lower grade one. So like I said, spent $2.50 on this, and we made $15.95 plus shipping. So not too bad. Here's another Wii game that I picked up from St. Vincent de Paul. Paid $2 for this, and we sold it for $10.95 plus shipping. Guy sent me a message when he bought this, thanking me very much for selling this to him. I said, no problem. Pleasure is all mine. But yeah, just a few pictures. One of the discs. The disc was very clean. This looked like it hadn't been played before. But the disc was very, very clean. Like I said, $2, and we sold it for $10.95 plus shipping. It took about a week, maybe? Not even. Alright, this is my favorite sale of the week. This was, I don't sell a whole lot of clothing here on this channel. I don't know that Have I sold any clothing? Not much. I sold a pair of shoes. Have I sold any shirts or anything? I don't think I have. What do I have? I have ties, which, I don't know. I don't know why I decided I was going to sell ties. They don't sell. For me, anyway. I've got a couple of pairs of shoes. And I've got a couple of shirts that I picked up over the last week. Nothing too exciting. But this was the very first article of clothing I purchased to sell. This is a Patagonia shirt. So I watch all the videos. I'm trying to, expand my knowledge on how much, on different categories. And one category I don't know much about is clothing. It's just not very exciting to me. Like, I get excited to sell electronics and video games and stuff like that. Selling clothing, like when I go to the Goodwill or St. Vincent de Paul, I don't get excited to go, flip through 1,000 t-shirts to see if there's one that may look nice. I get more excited to go to the electronics section to see if I can find a nice piece of electronics to sell. So there's just not a whole lot of opportunities for me to purchase this stuff because I just don't look at it because it's not very exciting. So, but this one, I remember I was at my honey hole and they didn't have anything. I was like, God, I can't come here and not buy nothing. So I was like, well, let's just look through the shirts and see what we find. And I like I said, I've watched videos of other people who sell clothing, so I know names. I don't know, too many, but I know a few names. And one of the names I do know is Patagonia. And I flipped through the shirt and I saw this funky looking shirt. I'm like, oh, this is a Patagonia. I know people sell these. So I think I paid $2 for this shirt. And I do have a mannequin to sell clothing, as you can see here. I picked the mannequin up from Elder Beerman closing sales for $20. It's pretty nice. I put backpacks on it. I wish it had a head. I just ordered a mannequin heads. I wish this one had a head on it, but because I'd love to put hats and headphones and stuff on a head. So that's why I ordered some off eBay. But this is just the torso part. So, I guess it helps make things look a little nicer. But, like I said, paid $2 for this. Had it for a while. I don't know, 8 weeks maybe. 9 weeks, 10 weeks. And we sold it for $15.95 plus shipping. I was pretty excited about this one. Because, of course, my wife's like, oh, you're never going to sell that shirt. That thing's ugly. I think it's kind of cool. And it's a Patagonia. So somebody, I think in West Virginia, bought this, which is, yeah, perfect. Thanks. All right, here's a phone system. Like I said, I've been messing around with selling them as, all different parts or just selling the whole system. This is one that I sold the whole system. This is a pretty large one. This has 7 phones with it. And it took a while to sell. This took over a couple of months, probably 2.5 months to sell. I bought this for $8 at St. Vincent de Paul. I do remember this a long time. This is the first phone system that I actually bought to sell. And I paid $8 for this, and I was pretty excited when I got home because the comps were really nice. This started over $100. Let me just tell you that. It started over $100, and it slowly crept down, and then finally somebody bought it at $54.95 plus shipping. So we still made great money on it. It just took, 8 to 10 weeks to sell. So, but, it's a lot of work, a lot of pictures. Plug them all in. They all held a charge. I don't have a landline, so I can't test that, that much into it. So I usually put, something in the description about that. But, looked pretty clean. Didn't look like it was used a whole bunch. Somebody with a bigger business will get this and and put good use to it. But $54.95 plus shipping for that. So not bad. Just took a while. Alright, some printer ink. Paid $3 for this. Sold it within a day for $19.95 plus shipping. This actually had 4 different inks in it. It was like a combo pack, and then it had photo paper and envelopes in it. So nice little pack. Paid $3. Sold within a day for $19.95 plus shipping. This was pretty far out of date. Oh, not that far. November 2016. I've definitely sold a lot more expired ink than this. So, but you put that right there. The picture of it, put it in the description and in the title as well. So everybody who looks at this knows that this is expired ink. Not that it matters, but you don't want there to be any, surprises to the buyer. All right, this is a water filter that I purchased quite a while ago. I paid $1 for this. It was sold for $9.95 plus shipping. I got this from St. Vincent de Paul, and I had this probably 8 or 10 weeks too. It took a long time to sell, but it finally sold. And this is a pretty small thing. I have room on my shelves, but they are filling up. And little things like this, it doesn't take up much room. Sat around for 8 to 10 weeks, didn't bother me any. Like I said, paid $1 for this, $9.95 plus shipping, so that's not bad. All right, here's a Nerf gun stock. I bought the Nerf gun because it had the big drum. I don't know if you've guys seen the big ammo drum that comes on the Nerf guns. Those sell for, I think what did I list mine for? Between $20 and $25 just the drum. I paid $3 for the whole Nerf gun, and I only bought this for the drum. I was like, oh, that drum sells for, $20 or more. So I listed the drum for $20 to $25. I can't remember exactly how much, but paid $3 for the whole gun. I was looking up that particular gun and saw that this part, the stock part that you can take off the back, also sells. So this little part right here sold for $8.95 plus free shipping. So I paid less than $3 to ship this, and I paid $3 for the gun. So this is getting the money back for how much I paid on the gun, and then when the drum part sells, that'll be all profit. So I didn't realize that part of the Nerf gun would sell, but the gun itself. So now I have the gun that doesn't have a stock on the end that doesn't sell for anything. It's nothing. So it's gonna get probably donated to my nephews. They can mess around with it. All right, here's a mop that I sold. This was a brand new H20 Mop X5 steam cleaner. Paid $12 for this at St. Vincent de Paul. All the parts you can see were still sealed. It had the original box with it, but the box was pretty ratty, so I just took the box out and took all the stuff out and then packed it in my own box. Put that in the description, saying it's never been used, the box is open, and then when I shipped it, I just shipped it in my own box. As you can see, all the parts are still sealed here. Paid $12 and we sold it for $64.95 plus shipping. St. Vincent de Paul, and this took less than a week to sell, so this was pretty nice. Not a bad little flip. Alright, here's one of the things I liked the most, probably one of my favorite pieces of inventory. I don't know, as resellers, do you guys have favorite pieces of inventory? Because this was mine. I don't know anything about sewing machines. I don't have a sewing machine, but this is just a really nice sewing machine bag. This little bag here is like a, let me see, I'm sure I'll show a picture of it. It's just like a little, where you can put sewing machine accessories in there, and then put this little, it's like a bag inside of this other big bag. But this big bag like unzips and folds completely out. You put your sewing machine in there. It's really nice. It was really, really clean. Like it was brand new essentially. Didn't have any stains. Didn't look like it had been used. You would think if someone had a sewing machine in there for a while that you would see like indentations in the the bottom of it, and like scrape marks on this part where where they took it out or whatever. But there wasn't any indications to me that it had been used. So we sold this. I guess, what did I pay for this? $6, $4, something like that. St. Vincent de Paul. Had this for a while. It was weird. I had a lot of watchers on this. There weren't any comps on it. There was no bag that was exactly like this one on there that I could find. So I just kind of made up my own. I saw what some other bags were selling for, but none exactly like this. It was just really, really clean. A really nice sewing machine bag, carrying bag. So I just made up a price, and that price was $74.95 plus shipping, and that's what I got. Like I said, it took a while, maybe 6 weeks. Had a lot of watchers, had to relist this. Once I relisted it, a lot of people started watching again. Finally, someone took the leap of faith and bought this thing. So pretty nice sale. Like I said, I spent $4 or $6 for this 6 weeks ago. So it was a really nice one. I like that. There's a Kindle my wife found. She bought this for $1. It was at a yard sale maybe 3 weekends ago. Paid $1 for this. Had the charger. Sold it today for $34.95 plus shipping. So that's pretty nice. So these old Kindles, this is just an old model, black and white Kindle reader, e-reader or whatever. Had the charger, powered up just fine. Looked pretty good. Sold it for $34.95 plus shipping. It took maybe 3 weeks. Someone sent me a message about this. This sold today, and asked me what color it was. Told them the color, and they bought it. So that was nice. All right, here are the 3 big sales for the week. So we had 3. Usually I have like one sale, like a week where I'm like, oh, that's a really good sale. This week we had 3 really nice sales. So here they are. This is a Briggs & Riley travel wear rolling duffel bag suitcase. This, I had to put green in here because a lot of people messaged me like, what color is this? Is it black? And I was like, well, it looks pretty green. I guess some of the pictures, the light hits it and it looks black. But from this one, to me, it looks pretty clearly that it's green. So I put that in the title. But I bought this from St. Vincent de Paul. Had this for maybe 6 weeks. Like I said, I got a lot of messages from this, a lot of viewers, a lot of watchers. It took 6 weeks to sell. Bought this from the St. Vincent de Paul. Didn't have a price on it. This thing was really, really clean. Rolled really nicely. That's what I like about, I don't know really anything about suitcases or luggage or anything, but what caught my eyes, it just looked really clean. It was sitting on the shelf. I picked it up, looked at it, and go, man, this is a clean looking piece of luggage. And it didn't have a price on it, so I looked up this Briggs & Riley, saw that, man, these things sell for a decent price. Took it up to the front. Now this is the St. Vincent de Paul I go to every single day. I talk to the ladies when I go there. There's a reason. When you go, if you're outsourcing every day, become friendly with the people who work there. You see them every day. Why not say hi? Why not talk to them about, just how their day is going, or, just be pleasant. Because sometimes it does work out in your favor. So I took this up there. Usually their luggage is like $12, between $12 and $15. And I knew this, but it didn't have a price on it. So I took it up there and said, hey, this doesn't have a price on it. How much do you want? And I saw the comps, so spending $12 for this is fine with me. So I said, how much is this piece of luggage? It doesn't have a price. She looked at it. She goes, oh, for you, how about $6? And I said, perfect. So bought this for $6. Again, I talk to this lady every day. I think maybe that played into, getting it for $6 instead of spending $12 or $15, which is cool. And we sold it for $119.95. Plus I did a flat shipping. I don't do this often. I did this with this one because I think all the other ones I looked at did the same thing, where they just charged $40 flat shipping, because I had to buy a special box for this. This was a pretty big piece of luggage, so I had to buy a special box. It took a lot of shipping materials, so I just put $40 a flat rate for everybody, and I sold this for $119.95 plus the $40 flat rate. So $6 into that. So that was a really, really nice sale, but not the best sale of the week. That was still a really nice flip. Not the best. That might have been the best profit-wise, maybe, like how much I spent versus how much total profit we made. But that wasn't the largest sale of the week. Alright, here's this guy again. If you've watched a few videos ago, this may look familiar. This is a Sony DVD VCR combo. Bought this maybe 8 weeks ago from a yard sale. The guy wanted 40 for this. I talked him down to 15, so I got this for 15, and it came with the controller. This was the one, someone bought this last month for $139.95, and I sent it to them, and they immediately opened a return that it was completely broken, is what they said in their message, that this front panel, that part that says Sony on the bottom, and where the LED part was completely broken, is what they said in their message. So I was thinking, oh man, that was a great sale. It was my first return for a broken item, so I was pretty, it hit me pretty hard, and I talked about it in the other video, so, but this came back, and it wasn't, thankfully, it wasn't completely broken. All that it was this little part here on the bottom flips open, and behind there's some more, like, hookups and connections and stuff, so this just hides that. But this faceplate, this bottom faceplate, you can take it off to, like, clean it, or if it does break, you can buy a new one and put it on there. So it comes with, like, it has, like, 4 little hinges that allows it to open and close. 2 of the where it was, like, basically it snaps onto the hinge. It was unsnapped from the hinge. It wasn't broken or anything like that. It's like they opened it and it, like, came unsnapped. So when I got it here to my house, I looked at it. I just snapped them back onto the hinge, and it freely opened and closed again. So it was, no different than when I sent it to them. So I issued the refund. Basically, the way this worked was they opened the thing, I got it back. I immediately issued the refund. Thankfully, it wasn't broken. I called eBay to talk to them about it because I didn't want any kind of marks or anything on my account saying, "Oh, you sent out broken stuff." I just wanted to make sure. Like I said, I'm a new seller, so I wanted to find out about this stuff. So, they were talking to me. Oh, you won't have anything on your account. You took care of it the way we want you to take care of it. You immediately issued the refund. You were very communicative with the buyer, and they said what we're going to do for you, because I had to pay for the shipping for this to be sent back to me because it was broken. They refunded me that shipping, which I didn't ask for. It just they was like, oh, this is what we'll do for you since you took great care of the buyer. We'll go ahead and refund that shipping for you. I think it was like $18 or something. So I was pretty happy about that. We got it back. I had this listed. I actually listed it for more than the last time. I listed it for $149.95. And that's what it sold at, $149.95 plus shipping. This was the second thing that was drop shipped from me this week by the same person. He sent me the exact same message. And like I said, I don't care if he's drop shipping. Doesn't bother me any. I'm getting what I want out of it. He's getting what he wants out of it. So, I mean, it's kind of a gray thing where it's a gray area where some sellers don't like drop shipping, some don't care. I'm kind of leaning towards I don't care. I know there's some things that can happen from drop shipping that, if he's not describing it to the person he's selling it to, like I'm describing it to him, then it's going to get returned to him, then it's going to get returned to me. I see all of these issues, but, I just hope that, they've had this for a while, so I don't think it's getting returned, but still a really nice sale. Like I said, I spent $15 on this. It's been to a couple of different households. It came back to my house. We sold it again for $149.95 plus shipping. So, not too bad. And the best sale of the week for not necessarily profit, but for how much I sold it for. This is a lot of Lego Bionicles. I bought this from a yard sale. Lady had all these different Bionicle sets. So some sort of Lego. I don't know really anything about it. All I know that it was Lego. These had all been opened and like assembled. None of them had instruction booklets. I didn't know if all the pieces were there, so I bought them. I asked the lady at the yard sale, "Say, what do you want for, for one of these?" Or she goes, "Oh, I'm trying to get $4 a piece." So she wanted $4 for each one of these little containers. I was looking them up. Some of them sell, like the smaller ones, sell between $10 and $15. These bigger ones on the end sell. Some of them can sell up to $25 to $30 pre-owned. But that's with the instruction booklet. That's with all the pieces being there. That kind of stuff. So I'm like, well, I said, well, how about if I buy all of them? I said, I'll give you $2 a piece and I'll buy all of them from you. You don't have to look at them anymore. I'll take them all off your hands. One sale, get them all out of here. She thought about it. She's like, oh, well, some of these sell for, $20, $30. And she was right. Some of them do. And I was like, well, they don't have instruction booklets. I said, do you know if all the pieces are there? Oh, I don't know that for sure. I said, well, I don't know either. I'm just kind of taking a chance. So I think she came back. I think it would have been $54, and she said, well, how about $60? So I spent $60 for all these. So a little over $2 a piece. She wanted $4 a piece, which would have been 4 times 27, which is math, $102 or something. So I got them for 60, and we sold them for $199.95. So I went back and forth how I was going to sell these. There are like several sets of these. As you can see, some of the containers are the same. Those are like a set. So I was thinking, well, maybe I can sell like the 5 on the left there as one set, as like a lot, and sell, you know, these ones in the middle were the same. So those are a lot. The ones there are, you know, just sell them as in different lots. And I think that could have worked, but I decided, you know what? Let's just sell them all together and see what happens. It was just kind of like taking a chance. When I was there at the garage sale, I was taking a chance on spending $60 for something. Is a lot for me. I don't spend $60 on a whole lot of stuff. But I was like, I'll just take a chance, you know. We'll see what happens. Got them home, started looking at them. They didn't have instruction booklets. I don't know. I was looking at them, like, oh, these pieces here? I don't know. So I just put that in the description. I put, you know, here's 27 lots, or here's 27 sets. I put the name of the different sets in there. I put, you know, clear as day. I'm not sure if all these pieces are here. They do not have instruction booklets. Understand this before you purchase this, that some of these may be missing pieces. They look to be complete to me, but I cannot for sure say that these are complete. Understand that before you purchase this. And these took maybe a week and a half to sell, maybe 2 weeks, So it was a nice little sale, $199.95 plus shipping. And like I said, I spent $60. So it wasn't the most profitable sale, but still made great money on these. And, you know, it took less than 2 weeks, I would say. So that was the best sale of the week, and the 27th sale that I had this week. So hopefully you guys have found some information in this video and enjoyed it. Again, thanks to everyone who's commented and subscribed and watched. I think we're over 50 subscribers now, which is pretty cool. So I appreciate you guys for that. Hopefully you guys have a great week of sourcing and a great week of sales, and I will see you next Monday. Oh, before I get out of here, later in this week we'll do a September recap video. Basically every month I do at the end of the month, I do a video where I share with you guys what my goals were for the last month. So we'll talk about in this next video, we'll talk about the September goals that I had, what we actually sold. So I'll give you the numbers. Again, numbers is what speaks to me. I want to know how much did you sell that for? How much did you buy? How much are you, how well are you doing on eBay? So I'll let you guys in on that. I'll let you guys know. I'll show you guys a couple of the best sales for the month, a couple of the worst sales of the month, profit-wise. I'll share with you guys how much money how many sales I did number-wise, and how much money we made off those sales. So I'll give you all the numbers. It'll be a financial video. I'll have to get the numbers from the financial department, which is my wife. She's off to work for like the next 4 days, so it'll be later this week. But once I get those numbers from the MAT Retail Finance Department, then I will share those numbers with you, and then I'll go over what my sales goals are for October. Just as a way, for me it's just kind of like a video diary of, I can go back and look, okay, for August this is how much we sold, September this is how much we sold, and I can kind of let you guys in, on some of what goes on around here, what I'm hoping to get out of eBay myself, and what my goals are for it. So I'll share that with you guys. It'll be later this week. And then again, next Monday, we'll do another video like this where I show you guys what we sold on eBay and the things that I picked up. So, hopefully you guys have a great week of sourcing and a great week of sales, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.